All I'm demanding is that all forms of comedy be canceled just in case it hurts people's feelings. All right, good evening everyone, and welcome to tonight's WOKEaholics meeting. I'm Danielle, and I'm actually filling in for Sandy since she's out sick. Don't worry though, you're all in good hands. Sandy chose me because I already have experience working with individuals who suffer from similar issues involving severe self-centeredness, relentless victimhood, and full-blown tantrums whenever they don't get their way. Are they wokeaholics as well? No, they're Karens. I am nothing like a Karen. Okay guys, why don't we... Something wrong? Look, I know you're new here, but some of us still suffer from PTSD from being addressed in that way. In what way? Guys, do you know how incredibly triggering and non-inclusive that word is to the trans and non-gender conforming community? Not to mention the fact that it's yet another symptom of the male-dominated society we live in today. Right on, sister. Okay. Raven, I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to be honest with not just us, but yourself most importantly, okay? Are you legitimately offended by the word guys? Or are you just addicted to the dopamine rush you receive from claiming moral superiority over others? Be honest. I'm not offended. I'm sorry, what was that? I'm not offended. Could you say it a little louder? I'm not offended. A little louder, please. I'm not offended. Louder, we can't hear you. I'm not offended, okay? Now, how did that feel, Raven? Weird. Well, it's a great step in the right direction. Okay, is there anyone who has a recent experience they'd like to share? I do. Go ahead, Ivy. So the other day, I protested outside of a Taco Bell. Okay. Why? None of the employees were Latinx. In fact, most of them looked super white to me. And? Well, if they're serving Mexican food, don't you think the people working there should be Mexican? Why would that matter? Because it's blatant cultural appropriation to have a white person serving quesaritos, Mexican pizzas, and Crunchwrap Supremes to the public. Is that even real Mexican food? Also, their seating area was the biggest display of fat phobia I have ever seen. There were a ridiculous amount of booths, and they had flimsy chairs made of steel. Is there anything stronger than steel? The customers in there were also not diverse enough. Okay, I didn't see any lesbians, pansexuals, demisexuals, or cupiosexuals eating in there. Cupiosexuals? Wait, how are you even supposed to know a person's sexuality just by looking at them? I felt so attacked. Okay, that's why the only right thing to do was to stand up for others by sitting outside of the restaurant yelling obscenities and throwing rocks at the building. Because silence is violence. Silence is violence. Now, Ivy, do any of those offenses that you listed actually pertain to you? Well, Ivy, no. Did anyone ask you to be outraged for them? Well, not specifically. So maybe you should stop pulling this attention-seeking bullshit, okay? All right, anyone else here have something to share? Great, go ahead, Phoenix. Yeah, is it too much to ask for trigger warnings before every single show or movie that contains heinously abhorrent content? You mean for things like gore and extreme sexual violence? No, that stuff's fine. I'm specifically talking about comedians who tell jokes. Isn't that what comedians are supposed to do? Tell jokes? Not when it's hate speech! And what qualifies as hate speech? Anything I don't like. Okay, you're gonna have to be a little more specific than that. Look, all I demand is that all forms of comedy be canceled just in case It hurts people's feelings. AKA mine and anyone else I think it offends, okay? All right, Phoenix, listen closely, okay? Did it ever occur to you that maybe you could just not watch any of this stuff? Also, do you really expect the entire world to cater to your own extremely thin-skinned needs? Maybe, just maybe, you could learn to get the f over yourself, okay? Excuse me? In fact, all of you could learn to get the f over yourselves. Because if you really think that the biggest threats in this world include being addressed in a certain way, a white dude serving Mexican food, or an episode of Family Guy, then you really need to grow a pair. There's way more important things to worry about than that. Okay, you're being a bunch of whiny bitches. All right, coffee break, anyone?